What's up? My name is Ken Dumbo, the MC with the sauce. Don't forget to subscribe to J. Cool.
Reality, they're failing because the reality is that they failed to deliver. And they will say, no, we are failing to deliver because Lungu stole. Now, what did I steal? What project did I steal from? You need to identify what ministry did I steal from? Or what project? You just can't call me a thief when you leave it at that. It's very, very unfair. I heard one minister saying it's okay for people to grab what Lungu stole. But where did I steal? Because if you steal, there has to be a place where you're stealing from. When you stole, and what you stole. And then they could take you to task, and in the interest of justice, give you a chance to explain your side, and then courts of law will decide and so on. But what they've done here is they've said, look, your wife earned 3 million in the last 10 years, but the property she has is 20 million. Forgetting that I was there with her, and I was supporting her. And she says, my husband helped me. And you can't come and look at my bank accounts, look at my income, and assess whether I was able to grow her property up to the time of leaving office. It's very unfair. My children have been working. They've been to school. Some of them are running businesses. I was supplying them with money when chance allowed. They would come to me, Dad, can you help us capitalize this? I would capitalize that. And I've been told, these guys in the Drug Enforcement Commission, FCC, and everyone, that, look, I raised so much. Dad gave me so much. Or elsewhere, somebody would say, Dad bought this for me as a gift. Now, who grabs something from a son or a daughter who said, Dad gave me? You go to your dad and ask him, Dad, this is far too much in excess of what you would have earned over the years. Can you account for this? This is what I expect these guys to do. But they just want to keep peddling falsehood and, trying to sensationalize that I'm a thief, or I'm in poverty now because of stealing. So we never saw anything. So the due process of law should be questioned if it's being abused. You see what I mean? You should be able to look at my income. I left university in 1981, by the way. Got admitted shortly thereafter. And I've been practicing law. And I had some of the high-profile cases. And I received good money. And we were building. So you can't ask me about the farm where I came from, how I built it. You can't ask me about the few houses I had in Chawama where I came from. Now you want to ask me because, we moved from Chawama to Kablonga or to Kabwata, and from Kabwata people have been moving. What's wrong with prosperity? Is it a crime to prosper?
So, Mr. President, let's talk about bread and butter issues. You raised issues of the high cost of living in Zambia after you officially returned to active politics. But your critics are saying things were bad and that some of the policies that you implemented while you were president has affected the cost of living right now. So they said it's not fair for you to criticize the effect of what you did in office, which wrongs they are trying to make right. How do you respond to that?
Peter, I didn't set the time frame for them to fix it. Yeah, they said we'll fix it by 14 hours in the morning, swear me in 10 o'clock, 12 hours, 14 hours or 2 o'clock, I'll fix it. That time frame was not set by me or my opposition party, PF, or any other parties for that matter. And the gravity of the situation obtaining during the time I was president was known. And the fundamentals were known. And these guys were able to convince everyone that they had solutions on their fingertips. And elsewhere, they even said, I've got friends who give me 28.5 billion US dollars. And in a very short time, 3 months, 5 months, we'll get things sorted out. But where are these monies coming from? Where are these monies? So it is clear that they lied, and they want to continue lying. So the best thing is to have a four guy, and Edgar, Lungu, and his friends are the four guys.
So, Mr. President, what was the motivation behind your decision to come back to active politics? Because your critics are saying that by coming back to politics, you should not enjoy what you enjoy as a former president, because now you relinquish, your security and the pay that they're supposed to give you. They said this is according to law. Your critics are saying, why come into active politics and then complain that you have been stripped away of the provisions that is accorded to retired politicians, or including a head of state like you?
No, I have not complained. If you heard me carefully, when I launched my return to politics on the 28th of October 2023, I was very categorical. I said I'm willing to forgo everything. And I said, if need be, even put my life on the stake. That I said, right? So the time I complained is when they began interfering in my liberty, right? I have my own security. I have my own home. I have my own pantry, and I have my own welfare taken care of by my own people, the party, friends, and all. So I only lamented that why should you be stripping me of these things and then pushing me and saying, no, we want to protect you. No, you see, demeaning of the president to be seen, to be going without this or that. I said, I don't need you. You don't need me. So I was very clear. I've not complained at all. The time that I've complained is when I've been harassed. I said, you've stripped me of everything, but leave my liberty, my dignity, and my rights. That's what I'm saying even now. You see, 1 minute I walk the street, somebody says you can't walk the street because you're a former president, you are in danger of being attacked and people might attack you and will be blamed as police. That's why we're following you. The next minute I said, but you mean you didn't know that I was former president when you stripped me of these things? Please, go and put your house in order. The next minute I want to go to church, somebody goes into church and says, you can't be hosted here because you're a former president. You should let us know. So nowhere have I complained about being stripped of the 80% allowance that I was getting of the incumbent president. Nowhere have I complained about being stripped of the motor vehicles or the housing or anything. I've not complained, and I'm not complaining because I knew. And if you heard me correctly when I said I've come back to politics, I said I've come back to politics with all it takes, and please, that's what it is. Because these guys were daring me. They would say, no, come out of your retirement because what you're doing is politics. Going to jog is politics. Going to church is politics. Going to meet friends is politics for them. And then I said, okay, if that be the case and you're compromising my liberty, let me give you your benefits. And I gave them. I'm not complaining at all. So get it from me.
But Mr. President, what is the motivation? What is the motivation behind your decision to come out of retirement and into active politics?
Of course, one of them is harassment of my family members. One of them is harassment of my family members. Instead of them coming to me to ask me that your wife has got this house or your daughter has got this property, how did she acquire it? They just whisked them like common criminals and paraded them, took them to court and so on. Instead of coming to ask me, because I'm the one who was providing leadership in the family and I still provide leadership in the family. So I realized that no one in the political arena was going to fight for me unless I joined politics and fight for myself. And then matters came to a head. Culmination came when the party was infiltrated by paid agents of the ruling party, UPND, to take over leadership of PF against the wishes and desires of the people in PF and the constitution itself. When they allowed that infamous conference, is it conventional retreat on 24th October 2023, that was for me the last straw. I knew that we were going to lose it. And at that time when these things were happening, they were busy arresting Fred Membe, Dr. Freddie Membe of the Socialist Party. They were busy arresting all the other leaders in the political. And these were the people who were supposed to protect me by speaking for my rights and liberties as a retired president. So I knew I had no voice but to join them so that we could put our energies together and fight the growing dictatorship, which now has culminated into what we are seeing now.
Mr. President, the ruling party has denied being involved in the problems that.
Come on. Sorry, Peter. Sorry. I'm sorry, Peter. You see, who controls the police? On Independence Day, 24th October 2023, when we had a visitor from Tanzania, the president visiting as a special guest, and all the police were busy, but they found time to get a conference venue. They found time to mobilize policemen to go and witness the election. They found time to work in the night to get fingerprints cleared. The following day, they had the newly registered leadership of PF. And you don't know that who runs the police, who runs the state institution of power, registrar of societies, who got her to work or the team to work in the night. And then we have had sentiments by our colleagues who are messing us up by saying, look, these matters which are in court will drag until 2026 and beyond. You won't see justice as PF. And indeed, we are seeing the frustration of our members as every time we go to court, the case is adjourned for some reason, or an excuse is given, or a technical note, no, you have this case is thrown out. You mean you can't see the hand of the state and government and UPND in all this?
But Mr. President, recently you were the driving force behind the United Kwacha Alliance, a coalition of opposition political parties. And you are on record to have said that perhaps there should be an early elections. The government has said there will not be any election, early election, and that election will proceed as originally planned or stated in the Constitution in 2026. Mr. President, why do you call for early elections?
Don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel, J Cool, and turn on the notification bell, cause I'm gonna see you in the next video.